Niner.
We are live.
Hey.
And welcome back. Man, I don't know if you guys tuned into our last interview or not, but we had the amazing Terrence Miller, the comedian. But now we have another dope comedian. I mean, not, I'm sorry. We have another dope performer in the room.
That's crazy.
He's a comedian when he's joking on me. He got jokes when it's time for jive. But an amazingly talented wordsmith, rapper, hip hop. What title? We're gonna get into the titles that you go by, sir, sire.
Yes. Yes.
Man, it's an amazing opportunity to have a candid conversation with the amazing King Bogus, the Monarch. A guy that's really doing a lot of things around uh, Savannah and just the music scene in general. You are definitely expanding your musical reach and staying true to Savannah. So that has to be a challenge. I hear so many other artists say that what you're doing is not a possible thing to do.
That's funny.
And we did the show this Saturday, the podcast, and off off air. That's what they were talking about. You got to go here. You got to go there. You got to go here. You got to go here.
Yeah.
And you're here. You're literally like the anomaly. You're literally the thing they said can't be done.
No, that's. I mean, I will say, you can't just stay in one place and expect to go somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I ended up going to like Atlanta, really Atlanta, and just picking up some sauce up there and everything. But even when I was up there, it was still like I'm from Savannah. I'm not from here. I'm from Savannah. You know what I'm saying? So I think that I get the I get what they're saying, but the mindset behind it still is like, if you're gonna go, you got to bring it back. That's what we want to do. So that's kind of what I'm trying to do, or what I'm doing, I guess. So hey, it feels good to be the anomaly.
What do you think would be one of the amazing what are the, one of the, excuse me, what are one of the challenges of being a Savannah based rapper as opposed to being based maybe in Atlanta or one of the other, hubs?
Um, there's just access, you know. Even going up to Atlanta, the degrees of separation gets smaller. When I was down here, I don't think I could have made it to. I mean, I did make it there, but I don't think it would have been as easy a path from here to make it to Bangladesh studio.
Okay.
When I was in Atlanta, it was just like a hop, skip, and a jump. You
Mm-hmm.
know, but there's a lot more access to people up there. There's a lot more stuff going on. So sometimes you don't have to pay to perform in Atlanta. There's an open mic going on,
Mm-hmm.
or there's a organization throwing some of those college campuses, all this stuff. There's a lot more things going on up there. So that's one of the challenges with like being down here and trying to make it as opposed to being based up in Atlanta is just it's access and ability. I'd have to say talking about everything that I talked about, but yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, we're gonna start from the beginning with you. Then you what are your what are your musical origins? What brought you into the musical realm? Do you?
Man, I really like to think that was just born into me. I come from a musical family. My mom had a band.
Mm,
All her, my aunts and uncles were all in a band together.
mm,
They grew up in Chicago, and they weren't that far from South Bend, or not South Bend, but what's that? Wherever the Jacksons were up in Indiana,
mm-hmm,
and there's just a lot of like talent shows in the area around that time.
mm-hmm.
So my uncle ended up winning this huge national Michael Jackson lookalike contest back when it was good to look like Michael Jackson. But had he went on tour, all kind of stuff. Just singing and performing, and it's like my whole mom's side of the family knows how to sing and dance and all that stuff. So I think that's really it was kind of just born into me. But really, what made me put like pen to paper. All my grandparents passed when I was in elementary school in fifth grade, and it's just a challenging time for me. I didn't really have no one to talk to, so I just ended up, putting my feelings on the paper, and it just evolved year after year into, making beats, rapping, and putting stuff, recording stuff down, and releasing it until we here now. So yeah, that was the start of the King.
The start of the march to the throne.
Exactly.
So, growing up, I'm sure you found your inspiration in those who are ahead of you. Who was your favorite rapper coming up?
Coming up. Okay. I'm gonna take some flack for these.
Let's go. Let's see what you got.
First one, I'm gonna start with the least flack, of course. Of
Okay.
course, Jay-Z, especially being from the South, and being a lyricist from the South. That was kind of like the linchpin for me, the lyrical linchpin, being in touch with bars and all. So I say, I was listening to a lot of Jay-Z, Busta Rhymes, Eminem, DMX, of course, but also Southern rappers like Outkast, um, motherfucking Mystical. Um, it's getting a little more racy here. I cannot lie, bro. I was a huge Bad Boy fan, huge fan of Diddy and Mace.
Really?
Like, bruh, they could do no wrong. All about the Benjamins, nigga. Um, been around the world, motherfucking. I mean, bruh, like more money, more problems, all that. Just like Mace was probably like one of my favorite rappers, no lie. And even bridging the gap into today, um, or modern times, if you will, I definitely have to say Lupe Fiasco,
Hmm.
Drake, um, motherfucking Future, Two Chains, Wayne, of course. Everybody who really knows how to create songs and also give you bars at the same time, in my opinion. Of course, I got love for J. Cole and Kendrick and all that too.
Do you feel like they're more like contemporaries for you?
Yeah.
So, if you had to, if you had to make a objective statement,
Mm-hmm.
who would you say was of this era? I mean, we can go back to it's 50 years of hip hop, so we can all, well, without, you know, Coogee rap or, it could be a dope argument, but in this generation, let's say, let's go back, let's say 95 to now. Who, I mean, because there's still some 95 rappers. Well, I'll say later than that. Let's go 99, 98,
Okay.
99 to now. About 20 years, 25 years, something like that. On the last and the second half of hip hop, who has been the most influential hip hop artist?
99, 98 to 99.
98, 99 to 99 to the 2000. Like, who?
I'd have to say Wayne. I mean, even that line is from Cash Money,
Yes, for sure.
and Wayne was active then.
For
But
sure.
I think his uh, influence definitely is felt upon the game. Now, I would also, I still got to give honorable mention to Hove because I think what a lot of people overlook with Jay-Z is there's like, yeah, sure, maybe not everybody tries to dress like Jay-Z now or talk like Jay-Z now or any of that. But Jay-Z is like that's what I'm looking for. He's like the baseline, you know what I'm saying, for if you're successful or not. Like Big Pimpin', you know, fucking Hard Knock Life, fucking like he's got all these classic records, girls, 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 beautiful, all the stuff that goes throughout time consistently. That's like classic records. Whereas you look at Wayne, Wayne is so influential in that he's dropped these huge bodies of works that have really allowed you to see who he was at that moment.
Mm.
You know, I think Jay-Z kind of pops out more in a calculated manner. He was on,
Right.
but influential. I definitely, especially like looking at now, like you got Young Thug, you got mumble rap, quote unquote. You've got um, a lot more punchline rappers that spawned. So I definitely have to say Wayne, probably most influential.
Hmm. That's not a bad argument. I wouldn't say a lot of the kids who are rapping now would not necessarily cite Jay Z, but they may cite,
Yeah,
more often than not,
yeah.
a Lil Wayne. All right. I'm gonna switch gears for you a little bit. You're a hip hop artist, but you've done some work with R&B stars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Who is your favorite R&B artist?
Man, it's kind of hard to say, man. Honestly, I probably have to say like Party Next Door. This is I like his melodies,
Mm-hmm.
but probably Miguel too. Miguel is really
Oh
good.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I can hear that one. Yeah.
Yeah, but I like I really like melodies. I like a song that can take me somewhere. And I feel like those two really do a good job on those. So yeah, I think Miguel. I probably had to say Miguel because Miguel can like sing. So you know, no disrespect to P&D, man. You be doing your thing, bro. But yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
probably had to say Miguel.
Okay, okay, okay. It's dope. So, working with I have a question. When you work with an artist, um, just for me and the people out there out in podcast, TV,
Mm-hmm.
real land, wherever you're taking this in, uh, do you actually get into the studio with a lot of these artists, or is it like you send me a piece, I send you a thing? Is it more like almost like virtual?
So that's the thing. Like going back to the earlier question about being the anomaly. Uh, I've worked with them before, but it's just not in this capacity. So I've been able to network to work with a lot of those big artists. So a lot of times they're just sending me this stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but it's still on a level of I wouldn't have been able to do this if I stayed in Savannah. You know what I'm saying? So in a sense, you do have to go out. You do got to go here. You do got to go there. But that doesn't mean you have to say you're from there now. That doesn't mean you don't come back. That doesn't mean that you know,
You don't have to cut ties.
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
But
okay.
yeah, just like the work I've done with all these people, it's like it's like a good looking out type situation, but it's also indicative of the work I put in. So they respect me enough to be like, hey, I know you probably do something with this. So
Well, that's amazing. That's
yeah.
it's a great compliment. Who
Definitely.
who um who has been the greatest the funnest person to work with so
So the most fun I'd have to say was my homie Bando Jones, bro.
far? Mm-hmm.
So a lot of y'all don't. I don't know. I feel like most people know this now. Some people don't. I don't know. But Bando Jones is Lil Corey. I don't know if y'all remember Lil Corey, but he's Bando Jones now. That's the homie for real, for real. He's super talented. Plays piano, like everything. So I was this is why I was working in Bangladesh studio,
Mm-hmm.
and I had to run one of his sessions, and just a solid dude, bro. I mean, we was in there recording, motherfucking watching YouTube videos in between time while the track's bouncing, or a lot of times the computer would overheat, or uh, Pro Tools would just motherfucking snap on you. Sometimes it would just click off. You gotta reboot it. A lot of sound engineers know what that shit's like, but
Mm.
but nah, he was real solid, bro. Like he's just a funny dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he was a cool guy. We still keep in touch to this day, for real, for real. So shout out to Bando. Hell yeah. He actually showed me how to do nudge on the goddamn Pro Tools because I didn't know how to nudge,
Mm.
and it's just like a way you can, instead of clicking and dragging something, you can just press it on the keyboard and it'll slide back on its own.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And he was like, "You know, I do." I was like, "No, bro, this is you. You are a wizard right now." Yeah, we was in there clowning, man. But,
You're a wizard.
He was showing me stuff. I was like, "Yeah, bro." So yeah, he hella solid.
Okay, okay,
That,
okay.
that was hella fun too. So
So you hip hop is a very it's a contact sport. That's what they call it, right? It's very, very competitive, not just for like likes and streams and all that other stuff, but just as iron sharpening iron, trying to be the best lyricist you can be when that's your track.
exactly.
Um, who is your lyrical benchmark? Who do you have a person who's like that guy is ahead of me, and I need to chase that competency down? Maybe not the style.
It's a few of them. I don't feel like it's one.
Okay.
Everyone's got their pockets for me. So,
Mm-hmm.
uh, so of course, you've got Eminem. Regardless of what anybody says about Eminem, his rhyme schemes and the way he puts those, like just the lines together in general, are out of this world. Like I'll hear nothing more on the subject. That's all. Wayne, Two Chains, Jay-Z, Drake, Lupe Fiasco, definitely, Black Thought, and just to expound upon Lupe, because I feel like everyone else is kind of self-explanatory, but Lupe's extended metaphor game is just ridiculous. I mean, sometimes I want to, like, I'll write and I want to combine it by, making it like a pocket metaphor, like
Mm-hmm.
something that hits deep, maybe, some type of entendre or something. I really like to think of that as, like Lupe-esque, to where it's not so much saying what I'm thinking as much as saying it and making you come to the conclusion yourself,
Mm.
but leading you just by saying the words. So I think that's something Lupe does, in my opinion, very well. That's something I try to emulate, definitely. Especially, being the king. I don't want to. It's almost wanting to show people to do better in themselves by reaching that conclusion, instead of me bringing you
Okay, that's definitely Lupe Fiasco is definitely one of those. I like to say he's a more high end lyricist.
there.
He's a little.
And he respects the craft too. Like, most people don't. I don't even know if anybody remembers, but he, got into a lyrical spat earlier this year, if I'm not mistaken. And 24 hours, 24 hours, like, it was like, what do you? This is nothing. I did this. I think he said something. I did this on the way to the studio, nigga. Like, it's nothing. Like, yes. And was still just like, I think it was like a 5 minute, you know what I'm saying? Just tirade, just barring niggas up. So I think he was, he's up against Royce.
Yeah, it was Royce the 5'9".
Yeah.
They had a podcast together for a little while,
Right.
and they kind of had a difference. And then
That's how it goes with Royce sometimes, man. No lie.
I think that I don't think he's the first or last person to have a difference with Royce the 5'9".
right. Hey, even Royce the 5'9" is nice too, man. I remember.
Oh yeah, no, he's a dope lyricist.
I remember I was that latest Bad Meets Evil. I was like, damn, like this shit is crazy. You know, he's really going toe to toe with M, and you know, it was just dope hearing that. But nah, for real, man. I think like my main lyrical linchpin would probably be Lupe Fiasco, and then everyone else kind of helps me carve my style out by seeing where they're thinking and where they're going with it. Rick Ross too. I gotta say
Rick Ross.
because he's even if it's more so delivery than lyricism,
Mm-hmm.
he really has it. I feel like he has it down to a science. So,
Are you impressed by maybe how do you take Drake as a rapper?
man, I'm a huge fan of Drake. I'm not gonna lie, man.
Okay.
I can also understand the criticisms of him. Um, outside of rap and all, of course, and inside of it. But I really like the melodies, the cadences he drops,
Mm-hmm.
the bars, the things he talks about. You know, um, I know a lot of people take a step back and like, all right, he's 30 something talking about a 23-year-old IG model or whatever. But if I like to just look at it on the surface of what he's saying. Talking about relationships and
Mm-hmm.
heartbreak and all that stuff. And I think it's a real creative way to go about it. But I do think it's valid what they're saying at the same time. But I do appreciate he goes through that shit so I can get that music. So, hey, what can I say?
Thank you for your perspective, sir.
Right?
Keep your drama over there.
Exactly. But, yeah, man, definitely, yeah, Drake and, nah, I gotta say that's like the main one, man. Yeah.
Okay, so
J. Cole kind of sneaking up there, but I think Drake is more my speed.
I like J. Cole because I think what he's doing now is really taking almost the elder statesman route and trying to say like, okay, I'm not gonna pretend to be a kid.
Yeah,
I'm gonna let you know, yeah, I've been here for a while. I've been doing it, and I'm gonna. It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be fire. The flow's gonna be there, but it's gonna have some wisdom in it.
I'm gonna learn you.
Yeah, I'm gonna learn you. Yeah, the wily veteran type of guy.
Yeah, facts.
So it's like, yo, I like that. I like that angle, especially as you get a little older. The things that made you move when you were 15 may not make you move.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
and
when your artist grows up with you.
That's one of the valid criticisms about Drake.
Drake, right?
But he dropped that other side of that whole scary hours thing. So, and that was hella solid too, which I felt it would be, but yeah.
Okay, well, I get a little current events coming up.
Oh man.
And I'm going to preface it by saying that it was funny. Wait a minute, you might not. I don't know. Maybe you do know, but I think it was funny. We're going to be talking about Andre 3000.
Okay.
And his long step away from music. We watched him I'm not gonna lie, it was one of those things where you kind of felt like this was the rap group that could do no wrong, and it seemed like from '95 to like 2012 or whatever it was they stopped that was the truth.
Yeah.
Like that was their and stepped away. Big Boy didn't, of course. He stayed on his craft. And I think one of the he's definitely a talent and he's definitely has his accolades, but as far as lyricists go, he's not one of those people who gets his due.
Mm-hmm.
But we do have a new project from Andre 3000. We've known that he's been dabbling with the flute, some sort of flute. I don't know. That's not a flute that I've ever seen.
Different types of flute.
Yeah, I did not, and I've played in a high school band, and I've seen a lot of different instruments.
But you're not a flautist. Let's get that shit.
Let's get that shit straight right now.
Okay, you played high school band. That's cute. That nigga's a flautist. All right. That nigga went to Tibetan mountains, drank some damn brew in order to
Ascend. Is that
right
what-
and play the specific flute at a specific note. Hell no, nah, but
So my question for you is, have you heard it?
I ain't gonna lie, man. I haven't heard it.
You haven't heard it?
Nah, but I do want to say this. I want to be very clear. A few things, and I want to say this stuff first before I get on the flute album. My bad. Andre's been cooking for a while. Like he's dropped a few mixtapes out here.
Yeah, he's been on a few verses.
Had
And
like
stuff.
his, but even just songs. I remember there was a song he dropped. It was all over Twitter too for a second, but just talking about growing up and riding in the car with his mom and his dad and that relationship and everything. And I always hear Andre talk about how he doesn't know what he'd rap about and what he would get in the booth and say, and he doesn't want to have to keep up with these young kids. And I just be like, Andre, if you hear this, bro, just do you like you've been doing, bro. Like it's not nobody's expecting you to go into a booth and make a money bag yo song. All right. You don't have to go into a booth and even say anything like period or um 50-50 is the way to go, or we're not asking you to hash out any of our problems. We just want you to rap, bro. That's it. Cuz you're a great rapper.
I
But
think that he did do an interview where he said his age has stopped him from getting back into the booth, like just getting older. So maybe he, which is going to jump into my next question, how ageism affects hip hop culture. Do you
but my bad, but
go ahead?
I gotta
back up
finish.
if you need
I gotta say something about the flute album. My bad.
to. Go ahead. Yes,
The,
go ahead. Go ahead.
So I didn't listen to it because it's just not my thing. I probably will listen to it at some point, but it's just not it's not something I'm chopping at the bit to listen to. I do think it's awesome that he did that though, for real, because he doesn't have to just be a rapper. He can do whatever the fuck he wants, and I think that's always what Andre 3000 has been about.
Right.
Bros made cartoons.
I remember that. Yeah.
Clothing line, movies, you know what I'm saying? All that. So, Andre 3000 has always been about what he wants to do. So I respect that. But I also, I, I, I can see the industry already looking to find a way to call this an urban flute album as opposed to just like a musical composition or, what they would if Kenny G played a fucking flute. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be some type of urban jazz, or they're already calling it a hip hop album,
I don't know how you do that.
right?
Because I have heard a little bit of it. Yeah.
Because he's a Negro.
Is that what? Not a Negro.
Yes, because he's a Negro. There's like, oh, it's a flute album. Yeah. Who's the artist? Guy named Andre 3000. Haven't heard of him. What are we gonna catalog this as? All right. Is he black? Yeah. Oh, he used to be a hip hop artist. Oh, what are we thinking? Hip hop. Done deal. There's no lyrics. I'm sorry. You said he's a hip hop artist, right? Yeah. All right. Well, sounds like jungle music to me. Urban flute album, I promise you. He's gonna win a Grammy Award. Be the only one in the category for urban instrumental music. Best was it urban instrumental music album of the year.
And it's just him.
Just Andre 3000.
There's no other.
Nope, nothing else.
They created the category, gave it to him, and closed it back up.
Niggas gonna be banging on trash cans trying to get a Grammy.
All right, so we're gonna move on, man. Man, that's hilarious. Let's see what else we got here.
I'm here all week, by the way.
Huh?
I'm here all week.
You here all week?
Yeah.
That's not always true for you.
That is true. Yeah. You're right. I just lied to everybody.
Just lied to everybody.
I'm here in spirit though.
Is that right? Because I got it on your face, so it means you lied to their face with your
Right.
face. Okay. Oh man, has hip hop been infiltrated, and by whom and by what? If you think so, or do you think hip hop is just on a maturation path?
Yes, hip hop has been infiltrated. The music industry has been infiltrated. All of it's been infiltrated. I mean, look, I want. I don't know how many people gonna see this, if they even think my words matter. But if you're going to listen to this, please listen very carefully and remove your emotions from what I'm about to say. There is no problem with Sexy Red. Problem The problem is the people that are promoting Sexy Red. Because, Sexy Red shouldn't be on the radio station where kids are getting off from school. You know what I'm saying? There's same thing with, drill rap. You know what I'm saying? That shouldn't be on the radio stations. That shouldn't be on, places that's super easily accessible for children. There's some people want to listen to it, cool, whatever. Sexy Red isn't anything new. We've had Trina, uh, and even going further back, I mean, there's a song called Stand Up in it.
Mm-hmm.
You can check it out. And even, I mean, there's shit way before that. They was getting it in back then, even in the 30s and 40s. So it's not about Sexy Red. It's about the people promoting it. It's about the people pushing it to the forefront to the kids, to the people who shouldn't be concerned with that type of stuff, because there's that type of music on the other side, like in rock music and all this stuff, but it's not being promoted the same way. And that's not something I hit on Sexy Red for. That's something I hit on the industry for, because they're the ones that's pushing it forward.
Why do you think that's a push?
I mean, they're basing it off of what works, what they think works. So like, Sexy Red is just another spinoff of a Cardi B, like something that's brash that hasn't been said before. Because that's what Cardi B was big for, like really being like brutally honest.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't as like honest as Sexy Red is, talking about like having STDs and all this shit. But it's not something that me as a human who bleeds, who's just a person, I can't down Sexy Red for speaking on her life experience. You know what I'm saying? If that's what she wants to do, that's she can do that. Cool. I'm not the damn moral police. At the same time, I can, you know, choose to educate. Like, I have a daughter. I'm gonna educate her on like, look, you know, some people are gonna be free, some are gonna do what they want, but these are the consequences of their actions. Sexy Red can't get a fucking sponsorship deal. You know what I'm saying? There's no sponsors going out. Like Sprite's not like, yeah, I need that for my brand. You know what I'm saying?
So you think that's a sacrifice for her?
I mean, yes and no. I mean, like, look at Boosie, bro. Like, Boosie's well off,
Mm-hmm.
but he's not corporate material.
At all?
It's just you do what you're comfortable with. She's staying true to herself. But
I've heard the argument said that that's not how she got started. I don't know that to be true.
she was riding around with Sukihana for a while. Like, she was always in the background with Sukihana. That's how she got all these plugs. Like, whenever she, quote unquote, blew up, it was like, oh, how's she getting all these features? She's already been networking with those people for years. But my bad, to go back, just talking about the industry being infiltrated. Yes, it's been infiltrated though. It was infiltrated the moment that Spotify told you, when somebody plays your whole album, it's worth 0.0004 of a penny. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's when it was done, because it used to be a fucking dollar.
Wow. Yeah.
And they busted that shit down 4 or 5 ways. You got to go to 4 or 5 different companies to go and get your money and then get it put together. So yeah, it's been infiltrated. It's a wrap.
It's a wrap, B.
Yeah, it's already a wrap.
So this is really for the love of the game.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta, in order to do this how you want to do it, you gotta love it, because it's gonna be bullshit. It's gonna be promoters. It's gonna be If it's not a promoter, it's gonna be a manager. If it's not a manager, it's gonna be a DJ. If it's not a DJ, it's gonna be the label. If it's not the label, it's gonna be something, bro. Like you really gotta love this shit to want to keep doing it.
What makes wow, that's cool. I've heard this said before. What? How do DJs? How are they problematic?
First of all, I want to say DJs are amazing. Love DJs. 10 out of 10. You need a DJ. If you're an artist watching this and you wonder how to get some motion, you need to tap in with a DJ in your local area. Get them a drink. Get them to play your single. Just tap in consistently. Um, DJs can be problematic in that some DJs don't know how to break an artist, and they say they break artists. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of DJs that'll have power in a city, you know what I'm saying, or they'll have pull, or they could easily put an artist on in their city, but they're too concerned with trying to be a celebrity DJ, or some DJs will be janky. You know what I'm saying? Now, this isn't speaking on any of the DJs I've ran into in Savannah for sure. I know it's some DJs like that in Atlanta because everybody says they're a DJ, but they're not really a DJ. So, uh, yeah, some of them would just be like you'll pay them to have them to play a song for you. They'll never play the song. You know what I'm saying? Won't even send you proof they played the song. So DJs be problematic in that sometimes they hinder artists, and they be one of the reasons artists feel like they getting scammed. So, but hey, love DJs though, for real, for real. The game would be nowhere without DJs. So
But I mean, there are definitely ways in which they are problematic sometimes. So
definitely.
challenging, challenging their I would say it's a challenge for some of these DJs to ingest some of that information and grow from that.
No,
Yeah.
for real.
So, man, okay, let's go on. Let's go on. Let's go on. Do you think, um, and maybe my lens is not the widest, and my ears aren't the longest. I don't know if I mixed up that metaphor. It's your job to do that. It's your job.
Make words, boy.
I heard you make words, boy. um, do you think that hip hop is an oversaturated musical genre? And if you do think so, why so? If not, why not? But
I don't feel like it's. I feel like, well, okay, I'll say it's oversaturated in ways. Like there's a lot of people chasing the same sound that we could do without. At the same time, I don't feel like it's oversaturated because there's a lot of options, but there's not a lot of options. There's not a way for artists to make enough money to replicate their craft anymore. So you can't really get inundated with somebody's music like you used to. But you got some artists who put out a good body of work and sound different. Like um, you got Trippy Red, who's kind of offshoot of Kid Cudi, but sounds different enough. Then you've got your Drakes, of course, and you've got your Larry Junes, and you've got your all these different styles of rappers that's out there. So I don't feel like it's oversaturated. I do feel like there's a lot of rappers, like I said, chasing the same sound. But I don't feel like I feel like that's always been a thing. And I feel like those people are kind of just going to be like flash in the pan. So it's just more visible because of the internet and everything. So you hop on that motherfucker's comment section and be like, you sound just like bruh. Sound like one of bruh's songs. But no, I don't feel like it's oversaturated.
so You just okay. I think you kind of backtrack. You started saying, yeah, you think so, but maybe not.
No, I feel like it's oversaturated in ways.
Okay.
But I don't feel like it's
I mean, you can never
on
have.
its face it's oversaturated. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? Like
Okay.
there's enough. Like there's not too much parody in hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
I like
there's-
that. Yeah. Okay.
I don't feel like there's just something out there for everybody now. You know, and it needs to get down to like the nitty gritty. I don't feel like it's that way, and I don't feel like there's just too much out there. I feel like there's still pockets.
You think? Do you think there might be a lot of redundancy?
I don't feel like it's a lot of redundancy. I feel like there is. I feel like it's more noticeable because of the internet.
Okay.
So I feel like it's oversaturated in certain lanes. Like I feel like the trap lane is oversaturated, but hip hop as a whole, no. Like I feel like there's like a lane of like rock rap that's coming up. You know, there's this lane of jazz rap that's coming up. There's country rap. There's all these different. You know what I'm saying? So
Fusions.
yeah.
Okay. All right. We're gonna. I think you kind of spoke on this a little bit. So we're gonna move past it. It was about hypersexuality, but you covered that with the sexy red. You really did. Did a good job. Did a good job.
Hey,
I didn't know
two
you looked
birds,
at my
one
notes.
stone. My
Right.
aim's amazing.
Pause.
Nice.
Oh, you hit that one too. You talked about a little bit about ageism in hip hop. That was one of my things too. I think you covered that a little bit. Talking about Andre getting a little older.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well,
So go on if you feel like
yeah.
there's some more information there.
I feel like if you just stay true to who you are, I don't feel like ageism is the issue. Like 2 Chainz popped up mid to late 30s,
Yeah, like 38.
but
Something
he
like
was himself.
that.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like he was rapping this and then you saw him out somewhere being a completely different person.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's it. It's just you just got to be genuine. Like that's what works for Andre. That's what works for 2 Chainz, for Drake now, for even Wayne. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z. Uh, it's the fact of this is me and this is what I rap about. I think that's it. But ageism in hip hop is a thing though, because you look at I think it's kind of getting conquered now, but it definitely used to be because you look at a lot of like the rock icons and stars, and they can go into like their fucking 70s and 80s touring and everything. And it seems like a lot of hip hop icons can't. But when you really think about it, the only icons that really would have did that, they're either drugged up or dead. You know,
Mm.
DMX, Tupac, Biggie, Pun. A lot of our legends are gone. Like you got Hove. Hove could probably get away with a world tour, but
Your boy Nas
but
is
who would
definitely.
like it'd be Nas, Jay-Z, but who else would they go with? You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Like normally it's you got like Rolling Stones and fucking
Would you count like Wu Tang as old school? Like,
yeah, but I don't know if I don't want to say they're not world renowned, and I don't want to say they're not as big as Jay-Z or Nas, but
yeah, because I heard a lot
are
about
they
them in
as
like England.
commercially successful? You know what I'm saying? Like they're the Wu-Tang Clan, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
But when they do they even exist anymore?
I think they did a tour maybe a year or so ago, and
Okay.
maybe I think one of the things was they got Method Man wasn't on tour with them.
Oh,
I think he was locked into like he's been doing shows as far as film production. I think he was already in film production doing something, so he couldn't go. I mean,
but
they were kind of upset about it, but he popped out on a couple of the venues and whatever.
and like I fuck with Wu Tang. Don't get me wrong, and I don't feel like Wu Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. Let's be very clear. But I don't know. I
Okay.
just feel like it's a different level when you talk like Jay-Z and them because it's like the commercially successful and the way they've handled business throughout the years. Like there's a lot of things that can be attached to a world tour with them.
Yeah, a lot of commercial.
Yeah. And like Wu
avenues.
Tang's pretty amazing with that, especially being they haven't had like super major back end like that, but like they sold that CD for fucking what,
Um,
100 bands or something like that.
yeah.
Yeah, some crazy shit.
Quick question.
Hmm.
We're gonna move a little bit forward.
Yeah, yeah, dude.
Uh, do you do you make your music with an overarching theme? Do you Are you more of a I want to say an abstract artist, or I guess the question I'm trying to get to is, do you appreciate or participate in music with a moral or a message, or do you kind of stray away from that? I heard, you know, 50 Cent sort of uh, critique maybe KRS-One for going too far that way
Mm,
and losing like an audience because some people just want to have a good time.
exactly. I definitely do a mix because I feel the same way. Like it's a time and a place, and music is made to move people,
Uh,
all people. So I know I can't reach everybody, but I want to reach different people in different places. So I have some where I tell a story about heartbreak or political, like some type of not even political, but some type of like social issue or something, and then um, I have some where it's just about having a good time, enjoying yourselves or you know kicking back, relaxing, all that good stuff. And I think it's just about being relatable, like meeting somebody where they're at, and people be at different places at different times. And if you're an artist, you kind of like a bard, so
mm,
you gotta reach some motherfuckers. Motherfuckers will be the weary travelers to the damn regulars. So
okay, okay, okay. Um, I like that. I actually like that. I was messing with the camera, but I was listening, trying to get it all together.
nah, you good,
Okay, okay. What has been your favorite project?
bro.
Like, yo, when I made that album, or I made that record, or I worked with that, you know, collaborated with that person.
So it's one that's not out anymore because Spinnerilla got took down. It's called The Hopeless Romantic Part 2. And I definitely would say I was in my melodic bag on that one. And I think that was really the project that brought out my songwriting. Because I just got into this bad car accident. I didn't have my car. I was stuck in the house. All I could do was record. And I was writing some amazing stuff. So I really do like that project. I still have it. Probably gonna re-release it here soon. But yeah, it was trending on Spinnerilla and everything too.
What happened? What happened?
Um, no, I just got Spinnerilla got taken down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because all that copyright stuff. So no more Spinnerilla.
Yeah.
But nah, it was hella solid project. It's about no, it's like a heartbreak project. That was one of like them overarching themes ones, but it was a mixtape too, so kind of called for it.
Okay, okay. I got a question. This is just for fun.
All right.
I mean, because you're the king, you can do what you want. But if you couldn't rap anymore, you couldn't rap. You just, I don't know. Worst came to worst, you couldn't rap. What would you do?
Well,
You could do anything in the world, but you can't rap.
if I wasn't rapping,
On
maybe
some Lupe
I would
Fiasco could have
still
been.
I would still be driving Mercedes, um, coming down candy painted, uh, no record sales, how they pay me.
That's right. That's
Um,
right.
but what do you know about those? You know about them Texas boys coming down and Smoking loud, gripping noise. Nah, nah, bro.
So you would be big pimping and spending cheese. That's
Right?
what you're saying.
Yes, exactly. Nah, but
It's a good thing
honestly,
you're the king. Goodness gracious.
exactly. No, I would definitely be working with kids. I think I would.
Okay.
I don't know. I'd be a teacher or mentor or something. I'd definitely be on that wave because I that was like my first job. Whenever I was coming up,
Mhm.
and I'll be seeing a lot of them around the city still. They be fans and be popping up to shows, and some of them don't even remember I was a summer camp counselor. But they be like, I gotta remind them because they still like them the little kid whenever I look at them. So.
Right.
But nah, man, yeah, I'd be that. I'd probably be some type of teacher or something. Being in touch with the youth because I think that's kind of what the music is for me at the end of the day too. It's like a way to talk to people and really get them to see shit a little differently. So
Nice. I like it.
yeah.
I like it. Man, this little hour has gone shot by. Goodness gracious.
Oh,
Go
my
ahead.
bad. I would also it would either be that or sell crack.
Thank you for making sure that got said.
Yeah, here all week. So
Or crack.
or crack. Yeah, we're on either side of the spectrum there. Okay, we're either helping the community or destroying it.
It's like if I
No
can't
in
build it, I'm
between.
burning it down.
Yeah, no
Good.
9 to 5, no Fort. Nope. We're either building that shit up or we're tearing it down.
I'm not driving a truck. I'm not.
No. CDL? No, crack. What you talking about? Child care or crack? You pick. Those only triple C's we talking about. Child care or crack? What's
Good
up?
gracious.
We
Okay.
out
Have you ever been starstruck before? Have you ever
here.
maybe in one of your shows? Because I know you just came off of doing a festival a
Mm.
little while ago.
Oh yeah, man, all kind of stuff, bro. Yeah, festivals, networking events, conferences, all kind of stuff. But no, I can't say I've been starstruck. I've been. No, I can't say I'm starstruck. No, I met Timberland.
Okay.
Um, but like when we were there, we were backstage, and he was talking to. He had like a group of people he was talking to. So I wasn't trying to just walk up and be like, "Hey, Timberland, big fan," yada yada, and then just walk off. Cause I'm an artist. We're backstage with all these people and stuff. But like, he was walking by, and I shook his hand. I was like, "Yo, man, you're a huge inspiration to me. It was great meeting you." You know what I'm saying? That was it. But I can't say I've ever been starstruck because I be trying to work with them motherfuckers. So I don't be like, "Oh my god, I can't ask him anything." No, nigga, like, how can you hop on this track? But I know it's a time and a place and all, so it just be, if I can't say that, I at least want to, just let them know, like, hey, like you're dope. I appreciate what you've given to the world and to me throughout time. Because Timberland was that nigga, bro, for real, still is. But yeah, like shit. I used to work with Bangladesh, so
Nigga, I ain't no scrub. Though.
yeah, like shit.
Come on, man.
Bang
Give me a
made
little
a
bit.
milli. I remember when I first met Bang, he tried to get a discount on something, and I was like, bro, look, you're Bangladesh. I wasn't trying to hit him over the head or nothing. I was like, this is standard price, bro. You want something lower than this? Go on now. You just trying to get over. You gonna give me a beat? You know what I'm saying? If you give me a beat, you just had this for free.
It's gonna be one or the other.
Right?
I'm gonna get paid.
Come on now.
Savannah rap culture. You are the anomaly. What are they missing?
Man. It's not even just Savannah though, but I'll say it just for the city, man. Professionalism and actual drive. It's way more than the music. You know what I'm saying? The music is really like 10% of it, for real, for real. You gotta have your business together. You gotta know how to talk to people, how to deal with people, how to move around, and how to get people engaged, and all this stuff. Like, it's not just uploading a song. It's about promoting it and getting buzz behind it. Like, your song is a product. You know, like you're a company,
Mm-hmm.
and like you're like, bro, you're Apple, and your songs are iPhones and iPads and
Mm-hmm.
applications and all this shit. You've got to sell those. You got to get people wanting to buy those. You got to make commercials for your songs. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you got to get content out there. You got to put in the work. And I feel like a lot of us, and it's not just Savannah, but I feel like it's a lot of us who we won't do that. We think we'll drop something and then we're gonna blow up. And then when we see somebody actually putting the work in, we're like, damn, like, how we do that? He ain't deserve that. Or damn, how come that ain't me? Or damn, I'm doing everything right. That should be me. But you're not. You're not doing everything you should. You know. So instead of that, you should be like looking to see what they're doing and really like tapping in with that person. And I feel like if we did that in Savannah, we really tapped in with each other and, really genuinely worked with each other instead of trying to backdoor each other, or trying to motherfucking get over on the next man or bring the next man down so you can get over him or whatever. If we really just like locked in and really brought each other, along on our journeys, I think we get a lot further. And I'm trying to do that now with everything that I'm doing. But I got to make sure people be serious and people got their stuff together, because if I take somebody in this room and they don't know how to move, it's gonna look bad on me, because it's only us in there from Savannah. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They gonna instantly be like, "Oh, you must have came with him." So they like, "Bogus, what you doing? Bringing like, hey, bro, look, I ain't know bro was about to do all that now, so I ain't trying to have that combo. So just the culture here, we really gotta genuinely start working with each other, and we gotta make sure we get the business together, for real, for real.
Okay. How you feeling?
I'm good. You a little hungry, goddamn, but king needs a feast.
Yo, tell us about a new project you got coming out. What you got
Man,
coming
I
out,
got
man?
I got a single dropping here in the next 3 weeks called Right Back. Real motivational song, you know what I'm saying? If you ever lost it all and you got it right back, that shit is right up your alley, for real, for real. So if you're a grinder, you're a hustler, you got a 9 to 5, you making it happen day in, day out, nonstop. Whether you got that paycheck and it all went to bills and you still got stuff you got to handle, that song is for you, for real, for real. So that's coming out in the next 3 weeks, and then after that, we're working on this project called The Rain. And that's gonna be full of bangers, full of bops. I'm gonna try to get some real nice production on there for y'all. Try to break some records for the city. You know what I'm saying? So real legendary things coming, for real, for real.
Well, man, it's been a dope trip.
It really has, man. I'm glad to have you on parts of the journey, for real, man.
No, it's been my pleasure for you to be humble enough to do some of the stuff that you've done. Clicked Up, Swanye. It's been dope because you definitely are making moves, and it's definitely a movement and not a moment for you. So congratulations for that.
I appreciate it.
Man, with that being said, man, I think we're gonna go ahead and close out, man.
Oh man,
Now you really killed it, man. It's been a flow.
that's
It has
crazy,
been amazing. It's
bro.
been an hour.
This nigga cutting the interview early on me.
It's been
Trying
an
to
hour,
tell me it's
dog.
been an hour. Nah, bro.
It's not
Nah,
been an hour.
nah, I don't fuck with you now, John. It's over. We going up. It's up. It's up on you now.
It's up on you
It's over.
now. Man,
You
yo,
don't see Jive English in the city. It's up on him. Nah. Like, bro, he just greenlit me. Nah.
Yo.
I ain't even got pulled like that, bro. Somebody heard that and laughed. Like, this nigga is,
Who the hell is this?
you know what I'm saying?
No, man. It's
Nah,
dope.
I appreciate you too, man. For real, for real.
No, man, it's amazing to watch you work. And I definitely follow you on IG, and I definitely do see you pop up everywhere. But you like the gnome.
God damn.
It's like that motherfucker. Ew. So man, yo, congratulations for all your motion and all the things you
Thank
got going on, man. Thank you for sitting down with me, man. You were my second interview.
you.
Uh, this style, doing something a little bit different, man. Trying to create a different lane and really give artists that time. And you're definitely, as far as musicians in the city, you're top tier. So
I appreciate that, man. It's definitely been a journey and a lot of work put in. So it's good to hear that, man. I appreciate that for
oh
real.
yeah, oh yeah. All right, man. We're gonna clock out of here. It's an hour now. It is an hour. It's an hour and 30 seconds.
Niner.
Peace, you guys.